inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher, unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no, real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Yay, we're back again. And if you were here last week, you already know that this is part 2 to us having a conversation about you having a kick-ass brand that is displayed on your website. Samoa's coming in hard with the series, and we were talking about branding and all of that good stuff. She's back again this week, and we're about to talk about high-quality clients, baby. What kind of clients are your websites getting you? So I've already introduced what the topic is. We ain't going to BS around with this one. Let's go on in, fire away, Samoa, open up the floodgates and start the conversation however you wanted to go, darling.
Hey, y'all. Okay, so last week we talked about branding and websites and how important they are, especially in the different stages of business. So today we're talking about one of the main things that branding and your website can solve for you. Because I know a lot of people who, most people, including myself, like in my journey, you go through your journey, and when you start your business, you're like excited. You're like, yeah, I'm going to serve these people, and I'm going to make some money, and I'm going to live my life, what? And then you hit real life and all the roadblocks in entrepreneurship, and you start meeting people who tell you, oh, you're so great, but I don't have the money to work with you, and da-da-da-da-da. And there are people who honestly don't have the money to work with you, and they will do whatever it takes. Like, they will save up for a year to work with you, or whatever it will take to work with you. There are those people, and then there are the ones who actually never make any progress and who bullshit you the entire time and who waste your time. So there are two types of those people. And then there are the people who do have the money to work with you, and they pay you, and you get excited because they pay you in full, and you've never had a client like that before. And then it's a nightmare serving them and helping them. And you're just like, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? I should not have done that. And you don't realize that all of it was a branding problem.
Dang it. So that doggone B word, not that word, y'all. I know it's in the podcast, but the doggone B word pops up again. I like it how you've already said it without saying it. Ladies, quality is not just in the price tag. It is in the caliber of the client. And I have had some of all of the above, like you said. And I learned very quickly. I was like, okay, I don't want to work with those kind of people. So I need to make sure it's understood who I'm speaking to and who I'm not speaking to. And we incorporated that into my website when you built it. For those of you all that are just now figuring it out, that this is my web designer. If you haven't been to www.augustcrenshaw.com to see her work, you can do that. And then to see more, you can go to ink.samoa.com. All right, back to you.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about ideal clients and high quality clients, because a lot of the time, I'm sure everyone here, unless you're like a baby in business, have learned about ideal clients, whether it's through a freebie or a course or a coach. Someone has told you to get your ideal clients together and know who you're talking to, who you're serving. And you probably came up with a client avatar that you downloaded, like from a template you downloaded, and you're like, yeah, I know who my ideal client is. You don't, but you think you do. And I'm going to start this with a conversation I had with a woman, young woman. She's absolutely brilliant. She's a mindset coach for entrepreneurs, and she's just like, her passion, her vibe, you can tell that she loves what she does and that she's good at what she does just by the way she presents herself. So I asked her a question. I was like, wow, I love your vibe, love everything about you. Who are your ideal clients? And she was like, oh, well, I want to serve entrepreneurs who are struggling with their mindset, and that's stopping them from getting where they want to be. Those aren't your ideal clients. And high quality is equivalent to your ideal clients, because high quality clients, it's subject to the person. I may think a client is amazing, the best person ever, and August is like, the fuck? I would never work with that person. Because people are different, and that's another way of you expressing yourself. It's expressing yourself through the people you work with. So it's very, very important to have a brand that, as August said, that attracts the people that you want to work with, but also repels the people you don't want to work with. And a lot of you guys are so hell-bent on trying to help everybody and save the world, but you can't do that, because first of all, your industry is already saturated, so you can't help everybody because there are other people helping other people. First of all. Second of all, you're unique to who you are. So just like in real life, there are people you'll meet that you just don't fuck with. Like, you'll never mesh with them no matter how much you try. With your brand and your brand is literally like a person. There are people who it will not mesh with, and there are people who will not mesh with you, no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how amazing you are. Like, you could get on the call, you could build a relationship with them for like a year and be like, yes, I can help you, please let me help you. And it'll never work out because your personality does not work well with them. And in the same way, you need to build a brand, a business personality that works with a specific set of people and that doesn't work with a different set of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And it doesn't make a difference which price point you're at, because when people do the work, when people connect with you, when you see results with people, it gives you life. You know, as you can know that you're as brilliant as you want to be. But what makes you feel better is to have a client that walks out those things that you want to see changed in them. It's like me and my groups. I was like, it's Flex Friday. What's your wins for the week? And I would always love it, because if your flex, you know, for my clients, their flex is my flex, you know, and it makes me feel good because I know that I've been helping them along this journey. But you said something that was really powerful. And this right here, I love to give examples and analogies to really drive it home. What is your recipe? What is your recipe? Because there is something about Coke versus Pepsi. Real Pepsi drinkers don't drink Coke, and real Coke drinkers cannot stand Pepsi.
Yes. That's so true.
What's the other one? It's Sprite, and what is the other clear drink? No, it's another one that's supposed to be like Sprite. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. I went blank. And went Sierra Mist.
Oh, Sierra Mist, yeah.
Sierra Mist. People, you go to a place. You want a Sprite? We don't have Sprite, but we have Sierra Mist. No, that's okay. There's a distinction, and that recipe that has to be there. And so having that high quality and making sure that you're getting people that help you come to life when you're doing what you're doing is absolutely amazing. And I've run into so many women that are like, oh yeah, I know who my ideal client is. And like you said, they do the avatar thing or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I'm here to get women unstuck. And I'm like, that's what is that? You know what I'm saying? You know, or what, they need some butter on them so they can slide through a hole, you know. What if that is not an ideal client breakdown. That's not an analysis of who you are created to serve. And a lot of you got to deal with the reality check that you don't really know how to communicate that. And you need to get help with that in order for that to be translated to your website, in order for your website to be a funnel for the right kind of people.
That's right. And in this episode, we're going to talk a bit about how you can do that, because I'm not about to just give you a bunch of fluff of what you need to do without telling you what to do in the first place. So a lot of people, like, we've already established that client avatars and whatnot do not work. If you've already downloaded the Brandstorm workbook from the last episode, you should have already gotten started on your ideal clients, because there's a whole section on that. But to dive deeper into that and who your ideal high quality client is, okay? Because we've already talked about, like, a generic description of who your ideal client is doesn't work. Just saying who needs your service doesn't work, because it's not just about the person needing your service. It's about where they are in their life. And it's not about the demographics either, because I actually read an article the other day from Google that says that demographics are starting to fail businesses, because they think that a certain group of people will buy their product, and so they solely target those groups of people, and they're missing out on people who would buy it. Like, they made an example of I think it was a diaper brand. They were targeting new parents, because that makes sense. They're targeting new parents, and then they found out that it's actually people who are friends with new parents who buy the most diapers, which is crazy. I did not know that. But those were the studies. So a lot, like, the one thing you're going to learn in business sooner or later is that, yes, your passion, your drive, they are important. You need to be passionate about what you do. Right. But you also have to have a level-headed head and, like, do the research and do the math. And as a creative, I hate that part, but it's necessary so that you can be successful in your business. So when you're looking at your ideal client, you're thinking about, oh, I want my client to do this, and she has to be like that, and he has to do this, and this is what keeps him up at night, and that. Those are important. Don't get me wrong, because those questions are in the workbook. You need to know them in terms of how they're feeling and what they're dealing with and why they need you and why they might think they don't need you. Things like that, because they're human, so they're not just going to see the positive. What would keep them from working with you? That you need to ask yourself and really understand that scenario, but you need to back that up with data. So once you've completed that step, you've understood who your ideal client is, your homework is to actually do the market research.
Damn, Simone.
Talk to people.
Why are you giving them real work to do? You know, it's so fun.
You're not going to listen to me and say, Simone, it makes me feel good about myself, and not actually do something to better your life and business.
Are you telling these people they have to be business owners for real? You know, it's funny because I remember one time I posed that group. You know, I do different hubs, and I have a hub that's specifically for my one-to-one clients, you know, to support each other. It's kind of, you know, come in as you need. But I put the question out there, and even when I did groups before, not just the ones I have now, I would say, you know, how many of you are spending time doing research? And I know that a lot of people don't hear stuff like that. And I'm like, in order for you to be an authority in your field, what are you doing to stay in the know? If I'm doing stuff to teach my clients how to build their businesses, I better go pay another coach to learn some more stuff about marketing. I better pick up a book, and even though I know a lot about selling, if there's something that's changing in the marketplace, what's changing with the algorithm, with different platforms, or just still even getting up and deeper on my stuff with sales, you constantly have to study. And you have to constantly do the work in order to get there. And I remember asking the question, I'm like, you know, even if you're a marriage coach and you know what you're doing, you might want to look at some articles that are out there, because sometimes, like you just said, what are those rebuttals with somebody? For instance, I remember I talked to a marriage coach who didn't know what the 5 love languages were. Now, that's something that if you serve a Christian demographic, and you're going to help somebody with relationships, even if you don't agree with it, you need to know what the 5 love languages are, because somebody may try to combat a technique that you're teaching because they're like, yeah, but I read this book called The 5 Love Languages. It's the biggest thing smoking out there, and my love tank is just empty. And if my spouse would just do bam, 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 bam. And so those kind of things, being a student of your craft, some of you don't have enough clients. While you don't have clients, I am going to need you to do the work. But, you know, look, come on, I love that. Okay, y'all, she giving me the poetry snap. The poetry snap. But I also want to go back to you saying that the attracting and repelling. I've had those clients where, matter of fact, I had vowed that I would not work with anybody else in the healing industry. I don't know. You remember that? I was like, I ain't no more healers. Hey, look, and for the healers that follow me, y'all already know I ain't talking about y'all. If you for real, this is for the woo-woo folks. See, I know there's some real spiritual out there, but then I got the other people, y'all just woo-woo people. But I dealt with these people that would just come in and life was, you know, just like rose petals and this, and I just needed to be in a space for life to just be so beautiful. And so when stuff got ugly, they didn't want to do the work. They just wanted to know what was the formula for success, because I'm just going to embody it and attract it, because, you know, the rain falls, but for some reason when I walk, it's dry everywhere I'm going. You know, I'm not going to deal with shit. And I was like, woo-woo people don't do work. And I vowed that I did not want to work with anybody else in the spiritual arena. And I want to say that Erin and Michelle, they were the first 2 people in the spiritual arena that I worked with that brought my faith back, because they actually did what the fuck they said. And I was like, yes. I'm so sick of dealing with these people that say they doing shit and they don't. But you want to know what I did? Instead of being frustrated with those people, I changed my marketing. And I said the kind of shit that made the woo-woo people that don't work. I'm going to start saying that from now on. The woo-woo people that don't work, stop reaching out to me. And you know what? If somebody goes to my website and they're a woo-woo person that Samoa designed, there's nothing on my website that's going to attract them to me either, because they're not a quality client. Attracting and repelling are equally important. Hallelujah.
That, like, rest on that for a second. Attracting and repelling are equally important. Okay, I was talking to someone, and she was saying the same girl, she was saying that her coach told her that she's too aggressive with her marketing and her sales. She said that this is because I think she started her business a couple months ago, and she still hasn't gotten any new clients. And her coach told her that the reason she doesn't have any new clients is because she's too aggressive with her selling, because she comes from a selling background, so she knows how to sell. And she was like, yeah, you're attracting the wrong people. You're not getting the clients because you're too salesy, whatever that means. And you're too aggressive. And I talked to her, and I was like, okay, well, how would you be? Because she has coached people before, just not through her current practice. And I was like, how are you when you're with your clients? And she said, well, I tell them how it is. Like, if they're not doing something, I'm like, you should be doing this, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm a straight shooter, I'm straightforward, and this and that. And I'm like, would you call that aggressive? And she was like, yes, it could be for some people. And I was like, so she changed her marketing to be less aggressive, less masculine. And I was like, okay, so people are going to see your brand and your marketing, and they're going to be like, okay, she seems like my kind of person, my kind of mindset person. She's not too aggressive. And then they're going to sign up with you. And then they're going to get the straight shooter. What do you think their experience is going to be like? What do you think they're going to say about working with you?
Bad reviews.
Bad reviews. Your reputation goes down. And that's because you didn't stay true to who you are to attract the right people. Come on, people. If your marketing strategy or you're attracting the wrong people, like if you're attracting the wrong people with your branding and your marketing, when people get on a call with you, they will not convert because it's not the same. Like for those of you who are watching me, you guys see like my frustration, but like it's not the same thing. It's like 2 different people.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So your branding will attract and repel people all the time. So if she has really sweet, like a really sweet brand voice, which she does, she has a very sweet brand voice. When I saw her, I thought she was really sweet, and she is sweet, but not in that sense. A sweet, like, chill girl. So people who are attracted to that type of coach are going to be attracted to her. And when they get on the call with her, that's not how she's going to be. So her coach told her to change her entire personality to match the audience that was wrong for her.
Instead of fixing who she was so that she could attract the right people to her.
Exactly. Instead of fixing the brand, the coach told her to fix her personality. Y'all see the difference? Because the coach told her to fix the way she shows up on calls, not fix her branding and marketing to attract the people who will, like, respond to how she shows up on calls.
I mean, my stomach is turning, and because I can't imagine working with you to do my website and making sure that I sent you something that said, you know, hey, I just want you to know that I'm here to serve women in business because I want to see you succeed. If I gave you that kind of stuff, I would puke. I was like, hey, at the end of the day, I done made a lot of mistakes. I done spent $97, $3,000, lost a shit ton of money. I know it's really ugly out there. And if you want me to help you, then I'm your coach. I was that kind of person on my website because when you pick up the phone, that's the kind of person I'm going to be. Remember when you and I did a video together, I had a woman that saw the video first time. I ran an ad behind it. She saw it and she was like, I need you. I've never met the woman before. She signed up for a $4,000 program because I was authentically me. And I'm so sick and tired of people telling folks to be more aggressive or less aggressive. I've never coached anybody to be like me. I coach my clients to be like them. You know, who are you? What is your personality? And we're in this society. Okay, small tangent. We're in a society that I can't stand because I was a kid. When I was a kid, you never agreed on shit. Such and such is the cutest. No, such and such is the cutest. I like that house. No, I like that house. This is my car. No, that's my car. You had the right to not agree. Whereas now everything is about being politically correct. It's about saying stuff that other people will co-sign for. You can't have an opinion. Listen, I have literally, and I've used this example before and I'll give other ones. I've literally worked with a woman who was a healer, who has this more, look, you got to really make sure you have your chakras balanced type of person. Then I've had this other person that was like, what's your dosha? You need to get it together and quit fucking around or you're going to die. You only got one body. You got to love the skin that you're in. And I coached both of those women to show up like those women that they are. I worked with another website designer before who just kind of had this like, Southern California girl thing. I didn't say you need to be more of a badass like Samoa. I was like, just be who you are. That's the recipe. I've had people try to tell me to calm down, to not be as aggressive. And I just wonder what that would have looked like if I would have done that. And
your website would be shit for one, but go on.
Damn Skippy. And the universe knew what it was doing when it made you. Listen, the universe knew what it was doing when it made me. I remember back in like 2009, I had an epiphany and I heard a voice say, look up the meaning of your name. Now I knew what the meaning of my name was from years ago. And I also knew that it was commonly a white male name. And every once in a while when I say that to people, they say, but I challenge those of you who have old school dictionaries that will let you know if a word is masculine or feminine. Look up the name August. It is a masculine name. And in certain dictionaries, it will even say it is a masculine name. My mama thinks that she randomly named me. No, the divine energies told her to name me August. I am naturally masculine. I'm one hell of a woman. I'm very compassionate. I'm extremely feminine. But nobody's finna come here and tell me to calm my shit down. The day I do that is the day all my clients fire me. Who the hell are you? When you know who you are, that's when you can have a kick-ass presence. That's when you can have a kick-ass price. And when you're working with a web designer, if they're not doing the shit that Samoa's doing, where she's talking to you and she's saying, I want you to be free who you are, you're going to miss this. And I also know, because you and I have had conversations before, even though people didn't say it this way, you shook up and you stir up shit in people. And there have been people that have paid you to start their website, and then their coach tried to tell them that they didn't need what you were giving them, and then all of a sudden they want to see if they can back out of the contract because they think that their coach is giving them information. You label yourself as what you label yourself as some more, but at the end of the day, for everybody that's listening, she fucking coaches you and builds your website. Flat out. And that's rare. That's fucking rare.
I really do. And the thing is, it's very rare to find a coach. From my experiences and from my clients' experiences, it's very rare to find any coach or any expert that lets you do you. Point blank. That doesn't shove their cookie cutter strategies down your throat and tell you that you're going to fail if you don't do it.
Yeah.
It's very, very rare. So when you find somebody like August or me or anybody who is real and who encourages you to figure out who the hell you are and show it to people so you can make your damn money and make your dreams come true, you take advantage of that. Because a lot of them will tell you that if you don't do it this way, like you see it even in their marketing. They'll tell you, like you'll read their posts, you'll do their shit, and it's like, if you don't do it this way, you're going to fail, you're going to hate yourself, and you might as well die. Like, that's literally what their shit says. If you are reading someone's post and it's making you feel bad about yourself, and there are two different ways to feel bad. You could just feel bad and think there's something wrong with you, or you could feel bad and be like, yeah, I do that shit. No, I shouldn't be doing
right.
that.
Conviction versus condemnation. Yeah.
But if it makes you question who you are as a person, that person is only going to take away from you. And when you're investing in business, obviously you know this. If you're investing in anything for yourself or for your business, you want to add.
Yeah.
You want to be adding so that you can grow. You don't want to take anything away from you. You don't want anything taken away from you. So back to the ideal, back to the high quality clients. We always go on tangents.
Right, but it's all connected. It really is.
It really is. But back to the quality clients. Like, she was telling me this, and I told her, I was like, hey, like, just do your thing. And when it comes to your branding, don't brand yourself as a soft, woo-woo mindset coach, because you're not. You're not going to tell people, it's okay that you didn't do any work today because you're depressed. No, you're going to say, I understand that you're depressed. I understand it's a mental illness, but you got to get back out there, and here's how to get over it so you can get your shit together. That's what you're going to tell them. So, and the thing is, like, I'll use myself as an example. If you look at any of my designs, none of them are floral or feminine or anything like that.
Oh, God.
I have tried. I was like, maybe I should broaden my horizon. I have tried to create designs that are feminine, very soft, watercolor. They suck. They look horrible. They're disgusting. If you are a feminine, florally person, nothing against you. I'm sure you're amazing, but I am not your designer telling you this right now. Because when you look at my websites, even the ones with the soft color palettes, they still have this bold statement behind them. They have this edge because that's who I am. I like working with people with edge.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's different and unique about them that's bold and that stands out. So I find your edge and I display it for the world to see because people are always looking for that edge. So if you ain't got no edge, you're not my client. And that's okay.
There you go. It's okay.
It's the same for you. Like, not everyone's going to be your client. And if you're dictating, when you don't know who you are, when you don't know what your brand is and who you're looking to attract and who you're okay with repelling, you're going to think that everybody's your client. And when they reject you, because they will, once they meet you, unless you're very fake, they will reject you and you're going to feel bad about yourself because you don't know who you are.
Yes.
This goes from business to life to business to life to business to life. Branding is the same as having a backbone and a personality for yourself. You just get to create that personality for your business because honestly, your brand doesn't have to be your personality. Because usually you're not the same person all the time. Like, I'm this bold, badass person right now, but sometimes I'm just really quiet and shy and stuff like that. Like, people are very dynamic.
Yeah.
But with your business, you get to create a personality and stick with that with your business.
Yes.
So, get that shit done. stick with it so that you're attracting and repelling the right people. So you don't feel shitty, because it comes back to you. You're going to think that you're the worst. You're the worst marketer. You're horrible at marketing. You're horrible at this. You're horrible at that. You're not horrible at marketing. You just have a sucky brand and you don't know who you are. That's it.
Absolutely. I'm listening to you and I'm thinking to myself, man, first of all, I wrote that down. I'm like, let me just jot that, make sure I don't forget it. You know, you hear something that sounds really good, but branding requires a backbone. Okay, I got you on that one. Oh, God, hold up 1 second. Yeah, look, sorry about that. Oh, give me a second. Finish saying what you were saying, and I'm gonna look for people that are watching the video. They're gonna be like, "What in the world is she doing?" But I'm stepping away from the mic for 2 seconds. But I want to come back to some things that you said about the floral print because of something that you said to me in my brainstorm session.
All right. Okay.
Actually, look, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. LOL. Oh my God.
I don't know what you were doing.
It's all good. But no, it's so funny, right? And so this is not crapping on anybody, because I know some people out there that have some really, really pretty websites. But one of the questions that you asked me in the brainstorm, you were like, is there anything you want me to stay away from? And just because my husband is just an exerciser of due diligence, he looked at other web designers just to see what else was out there and what was going on. And everybody like had these, imagine my fuchsia and my teal as a baby blue and a soft pink. I remember telling you, I was like, look, what do you stay away from? I say, you stay away from all things pastels. If my website ends up looking like wallpaper and I got on granny panties, I'm going to be so pissed at you.
I remember that. I died.
And so, but I needed you to have that edge to properly serve me. And I want to make sure that the listeners are catching that you being who you are, there's somebody out there that needs it. Somebody may not like this, but a lot of my clients say, I love working with August because I see that she loves me, but she will put a foot to my ass. I never, ever can say, hey, how you guys doing? I just want to let you know I'm a badass coach. I'm here to help you with your business. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, I'm going to put a foot to your ass. I never put that in my marketing. But when I tell you that at least 70% of my clients have said that, that's what resonates with them in their spirit. And it's because they know they get distracted by life and they like my balance. They do. If I was too soft, they would be like, okay, no, thank you. And the thing about it is people don't tell you. They just tell you they'll get back with you. They tell you they're unsure. And some of them tell you flat out right no. But most people don't tell you no because. And the natural mechanism in you people anyway is to be like, dag, they rejected me. Mm-hmm. And I tell people to be careful and not to, internalize stuff. But if you out here with faulty branding, you have no backbone, you are not being who you are. In that scenario, when you're selling, they're not turning down the product. They are turning down you, because no matter how great your product is, if people don't feel the connection, aside from believing they're going to get the results on the other end, they're not coughing up their money to you. They just not.
And the thing is, like you said that if you were too soft, you'd lose all the clients that you have now. But let's say you weren't comfortable with who you are. I can't imagine that. But let's say you weren't, right? And so you were like, you know what? My marketing isn't working. Like, because at some point when you were marketing yourself, you weren't getting the traction that you wanted, like most people. But unlike most people, you stuck to it and you kept going and you still showed up as yourself. What a lot of people do is they doubt themselves. They're like, maybe it's the way I'm showing up. Maybe it's the way I say things. And so you change your personality. Let's say you change your personality to be softer, right? And even through your coaching, you were softer. You would have attracted softer, the woo-woo clients who don't want to do shit. You would have attracted those clients. And would you be happy in your business?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't have. And you want to know, I can actually give an example and I'll be really brief with it. But when I look at my life now and when I look at what I've done in the past, one of the reasons why I would find myself getting frustrated serving in churches is because I always had to be a version of what everybody else was supposed to look like. And everybody else was supposed to look like Jesus. You weren't supposed to drink, you weren't supposed to smoke, you weren't supposed to do this. And unless you was going higher and higher and fasting and praying, and August was never really showing up. And the real deal is when I first came out, I was a little softer. It's funny. I was spitting gems, the same gems, but every once in a while I would share an old video in one of my newer groups because I'm like, y'all just listen to the message, but I would listen myself, and some of them I stopped sharing. I was like, I'm just going to redo the video because my presence and my demeanor was so different, even though the messaging, the content of the messaging was the same, the spirit behind it was not. And when I got away from the lens of what Christianity had been fogging me with, I started coming up and shining, and I had just enough edge for the Christian folk not to want to follow me no more. I'm talking about the judgmental ones, and got just enough edge for the ones that were like, yes, see, I'm an unorthodox type of person when it comes to the things of the spirit, for me to attract them. And so a lot of you sometimes are afraid that you're going to miss out on something. You're not going to miss out on anything. You're just going to get the more refined version. And like I said in the beginning, just to come back to your question, it feels really damn good to be yourself, to teach what you have created, and to see people thrive and get results. It's part of what makes me feel good every day. There are times when I'd rather deal with my clients than deal with my familia. I'm just saying, because I get joy with their results.
That's the thing. And the thing is, when you don't show up as who you are, like you said, like it doesn't resonate with people. Like, yes, there are coaches that are soft and sweet, and they very, very successful because that's who they are as people. I remember I was working, I did something really quick earlier this year for somebody, and she was just like, I did it because I cannot, like, I've gotten really good at seeing people and being able to like create something that represents them. Mm-hmm. I hated what I created. I personally hated it. Like, I dreaded sending it to her. I was like, she's gonna hate this, because I hated it. And then she saw it. She's like, oh my God, I love it. It's so great. And I was like, okay, keep it. I mean, great. I'm glad you love it, but I'm not putting that on my portfolio. So there's the thing. It's like you're attracting, and this was like a barter thing. It wasn't like an actual like client that I attracted,
gotcha,
because I'd have to look at my brand. But really think about it, like when you're serving people who don't click with you, you don't feel good, and they don't feel good, and they know when you're not being yourself. People know when you're being fake, when you're not showing up as who you are. They know it, they feel it, and they may not know specifically like, oh no, she's fake, she's not being herself. But they're going to be, there's something about her. Like, she knows what she's talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, her stuff has gotten people results. Yeah. There's just something about her that I don't feel comfortable with. So I'm just going to go with somebody else or wait until I find the right person.
Yeah.
And because of that, they won't move with you. And it has nothing, in a way, it has something to do with you, which is great. This is comforting because you can change it.
Yeah.
Some of you aren't showing up the way you need to show up because you still don't know who you are. And you still don't know who you want to be when it comes to your brand. You're still living by other people's rules, which we got to change. Yes. If you need help with that, August is a mindset coach. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. She'll help you through that, breaking those rules. And some of you have learned to break the rules, and you know who you are and who you want to attract and who you want to repel, but you still got that, you probably like a bold ass edgy person, but you still have that wallpaper flower soft pastel branding that you created when you first started your business. Mm-hmm. So you're still attracting the wrong people every once in a while, unless you're doing networking groups and connecting with people one-to-one where they actually meet you. So if you got that, Oh, all right. This is a podcast. You can't see.
You're right.
Your girl can help you fix that right here. So yeah, really, really think about that, because whether it's with a template, whether it's with a custom site that fully shows how powerful you are, whatever it is, get it done. Because y'all already know this. I don't have to spit the statistics at you, but you know that visual marketing is where it's at.
Yeah.
If you truly want to stand out, nobody's going to read your long ass post that you spent 2 hours working on. Nobody is. They'll skim over. Some people will skim over it if you catch them. Like if you catch their attention with your heading, they'll skim over it, get the gist, and if they're interested, they'll click your link.
Yeah, somebody got to be a diehard fan. They got to know who you are. They got to be sucked in by you. But no, people, listen, people want to see you on video. They want to hear you on podcasts. They want to see some type of, like you said, graphic or visual representation, because people are on the go. It's just the reality.
Yeah. So you got to, like, when August said her thing about the woo thing, the thing you said about woo thing, remember when I told you I was like, you're the type of person who needs a warning label?
Right.
Put that on your website.
And when you said it, I was like, yes, that's what I need, because I want people to enter my site at their own risk, because I from the very beginning, you guys, if you haven't looked at my website, you guys got to go see that shit. She's like, you need warning labels because you have no filter, which is a good thing. And so you better believe on throughout my site in smaller visuals, but at the header, bam. And it's sexy, you guys, y'all. It's so fucking sexy.
So good. It's so nice. I'm so proud of that site. Just saying. But yeah, like, imagine if you guys need to go look at her homepage. All right. So now that you looked at her homepage, open a new tab, go to augustcrenshaw.com. Now imagine it's loading up. Okay, cool. You see the header. Imagine, okay, you see the thing. Imagine that wasn't there, and all it said was warning in big capital letters.
Oh, wow.
No serious face of August Crenshaw looking at you like the badass she is. No exclamation mark with that pink thing. No tape. No caution. No BS zone tape. Nothing. Just warning. BS free zone. Enter at your own risk. Would it have made the same impact as the impact it just made on you as the page loaded?
Man, that is deep. If you guys didn't do it, pause right now and be like, what in the hell are they talking about? And see, and that's the beauty of having a web designer, because, and I'm going to tell you guys, I know some of you all have the money, but you will not cough it up. And when people don't cough up money, it's either because they don't believe they need it or they don't see the value. But the time alone that it takes to construct a website and to develop all of those moving, intricate parts. Look, you were busy working, and while you were doing all of that other stuff that you were doing, please believe I was doing everything else under the sun. But no matter how much I was doing what I was doing, there was nothing in me, because it's not my place of expertise, that would have made the graphics look the way that you made them look. And I'm a designer. I'm an artist. I've done some badass shit. A lot of things I've wanted you to do, I've actually already given you kind of like a mock-up. And from there, you still took it and made it into like, bam. But nevertheless, I don't care how much designer is in me. I'm not in the business of designing stuff. I'm designing minds and designing businesses, but not designing websites. The time alone that she puts into it, you see the intricate details, it's worth every penny. And for those of you that you can see the direct correlation of time and money in your business, baby, I'm going to need you to get up on it.
Yeah, and let's just say it took me 20 hours to put it all together. It would have taken you like 200 just to get it all together and to make it look even similar to what I came up with, because it wouldn't look the same. But even
no, it wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, because I already did my rendition.
I remember your heading. I was like you did it, and I was like, it's cute.
That's all it was. I was like, yeah, let me just try something.
It's cute. Like, she sent me, it was cute. It was nice. But it was nothing like that, obviously.
It was nothing like what you did.
Yeah, it was really nothing like it, guys. But it's really like, you really have to look into that. And it's not just the time, it's what the investment makes you. Because I don't call it websites that sell for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not only do I create, if you don't have a brand, I create a brand that I help you create a brand that gets you booked out with your high quality clients. But I also take that brand and I put it in the website so that when people go on your site, they're like, this is who I want to work with.
Yeah.
When people go on August's website, when people go on your website in general, I have a saying that I like to say. I say, your website is talking about you behind your back. Do you like what it's saying?
I love that.
Think about that.
Mm.
August's old site, she didn't like what it was saying.
I really did. I want to smack that effort.
People would go on her site and be like, okay, cool, I guess I'll find out more about what she's doing. Or they'll probably go on her Facebook or her Instagram to find out more because her website wasn't saying enough. Yeah. Now when people go on her site and load up her site, they make that split-second decision. They already know whether they want to work with her or not. Yeah. I created it so that they know. And if in case they don't know, when you scroll down, you really know.
Yes, they're gonna know. And that's the other thing I wanted to add to it, is that knowing how to convey who I am through the visual aspects of the brand, I don't know how to convey that through imagery. And you also study that. You study the psychology behind the different colors and the different shapes and the flow and the energy of the site. But not even only that, you edify people. And to get them out of the box of seeing who they believe that they are, you turn it up a degree and you say, no, this is what I see you as. And so I think that was part of the reason why when we had the first call, I don't even think I know, that was part of the reason why I got a little misty-eyed, because I was like, damn, this is how she sees me. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to hear you. It's not like we've never had mushy conversations with each other or something like that before, but what you created for me on the website said a lot about how you feel about me. And that spoke volumes to my soul. And that is something that'll stick with me from now until henceforth and forevermore. Every time I go look at my site, I mean, I'm a total fucking badass. She told me. She didn't even have to say a word. And so also understand that a person is building your website, they should have more than a technical skill. They are bringing you to life and they are seeing all of the fullness of who you are. And guess what? If they aren't doing brainstorm sessions with you and having extra conversations, they can't convey what Samoa's conveying. The only thing they can convey is, oh, well, my name is August Crenshaw. My nickname is Raw, Real, and Relentless. And I'm a badass and I'm real and I'm straightforward and I don't take any shit. That I never said I'm so bad I need caution tape. I need warning labels. When you're conveying who you are and what you do, the web designer that has the training to really understand how you get to the soul of your ideal client will also understand how to convey who you are, as it is a conversation to the people so that you can attract these high quality clients.
Because most of the people coming to you, to your website, they're curious. They just want to know who you are. And most of you have websites that don't convey who you are at all. If they do, it's with your copy. And nobody's going to read that. Most people aren't going to read that, especially if you have a website that's not pushing them to read it. Like, if your visual design has to do two things. It has to instantly show people who you are. Because some people, even if it's attractive and all that stuff, they're not going to read. Because some people just hate reading. And it has to intrigue people enough, drive their curiosity up enough for them to be like, let me read this content. Let me actually do that work, which is so much work to read this copy that this person worked so hard on. Like, those are the two jobs that it has. And most of you, and that's okay. Like, I'm not trashing you or bashing you, and it doesn't take away from how badass you are. It really, really doesn't. But it's not showing how much of a badass you are. And you know that saying, show me, don't tell me? Yeah. A lot of you are telling people who you are. You're like, yes, this is who I am, and this is who I am. And when you know that people don't care. Like, they don't care. They want you to show them who you are.
Yeah.
People
Absolutely.
make a decision about you whether you try or not, whether you're trying or not, they're gonna make a decision about you. Make sure it's the right decision, especially when you have the means to do it.
Absolutely.
You are in control of that. You are in control of that. So whatever you have to do it so that you can create that connection with your ideal clients, because there's so many people that you are missing out on. People who see your post somewhere and they're like, oh, let me check her out. First thing they do, like, they might see your post or you were mentioned. Like, I've done this too. Like, somebody was mentioned in somebody's post. I click that person's profile. I don't read their post. I don't look at anything they've ever posted. I just website link. Oh, X. Like, 5 seconds. Literally, just like that. And then I see some websites. I click it and I'm like, ooh. And I go through it. And because I'm a designer and I'm curious, I'm like, who was their designer? Wow, that looks good. But because I'm a designer and I'm a business owner, I do that. But like, I look at it and I'm like, oh my God. There was this lady's website that I saw. She's a stylist for entrepreneurs. I did not expect her site to look that good, and it looks so good. And I was just like, I'm gonna hire her one day. I don't know when, I don't know why, I don't know if I need her, but I'm gonna hire her one day because her site looks so nice. And that's just it. She knows who she is, and I love her. So people make a decision about you, as I said already. They make a decision about you. What decision are they making?
Yeah, absolutely. There it is, you guys. We could keep you on here all day, but we're not finished. There will be more to come because, we can't just do 1 or 2 episodes. We got to go all the way in. If you guys did not go to her feature speaker tab and click on the free gift that she had you the first time around, I really want to encourage you to get that brainstorm session. She's giving you the entire workbook, all of the questions. These are the exact same questions that she asked me that made me have aha moments and say, damn, you know what? Now that you're asking me this and I have to expound on it, I've unraveled another layer of who I am, what I'm doing, and what I'm representing. I'm putting it out there. Yes, I know I'm plugging the hell out of my girl, but it's real. This is deeper. If you can convey on your website who you are, you can convey it better in your posting, in your marketing, in your videos, when you're talking. If you're a guest speaker on here, that workbook is so freaking intense. Well, when you pay her, you get to do it with her. But nevertheless, even just to go back and read through, there were a couple of times I needed to give you some components for the webpage. I did go back and read through what I said to you. And I'm like, damn, I might need to put that somewhere. So I'm really encouraging you guys to go and get it. And if you're having any doubts and you're wavering, in order to get it, you have to see her work at, I'm really loving this, by going to www.augustcrenshaw, that's August with an E, that's AUGUSTECRENSHAW.com. Go to augustcrenshaw.com, and when you see it and when you in awe of the doggone warning label, for those of you all can see me on YouTube, you're probably dying right now, go to the podcast page, click the link, get the opt-in. She knows her shit. She's good at what she does. I couldn't imagine doing this with anybody else. So, Samoa, do you have any last words? We're getting ready to say outie. Oh,
either way, whatever you do, I love you guys. And I just want you guys to express your badass selves. That's really all I want for you. So get that workbook. When you get on the site, explore the site a bit. There are so many great freebies and little nuggets and stuff. When you get the workbook, a thank you page will pop up. Like, wait for it to load, because there'll be a nice little surprise for those of you guys who want to go deeper. So check it out, because as I said, I just want to help you in any way that I can. So I love you guys. Thank you for listening.
All right, till the next time. We out it. Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. see you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. Signing out. Deuces!
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch. No, real women don't. Real